Hello, hello. A few of you are starting to join in. I just came back from a mascleta, first one I've ever been to. So for those of you who will be watching a replay, welcome. Who don't live in Valencia, Spain, there's a festival called Fallas that happens every year, and it's currently going on. The majority of it will be taking place in a couple of weeks, but in 1 week and a bit. But there's still fireworks and different things that happen on a daily basis throughout the month. And the mezcleta is one that is during the day and more intended on feeling like a sensorial experience than one that's super visual with lights and that kind of thing that you usually see at night. So I left there shaking and feeling like, oh wow, that was a full sensory experience. Really intense, but really, really interesting. You can see in my stories, I posted it if you want to go check it out today. And this is also what gave me the idea to take this down a notch. There's a lot going on in the world right now, a lot of different things. And today is International Women's Day, so I wanted to honor these waves that are taking place, as well as offer you an opportunity to find your center. So it seems like for the last years, things have just been taking place one after the other, after the other. Another wave, another thing to deal with, another challenge, another thing to hold in our nervous system. And that can be challenging for many of us. And many of us as women are known to have these waves of emotion and be so empathic and compassionate. And this can take us and derail us on occasion. So what I'm going to offer today is the opportunity to find the constant. What's that piece that stays still, that is always the same regardless of what's taking place externally? And we're going to really focus in on that. So we're going to take the time today to center into that piece that is always the same, no matter what's taking place, no matter what's happening, no matter what you're feeling. Because the more we can come back to that center, to that grounded, that rooted, that constant, the less the waves impact us, the less they take us off of our guard, and the more we have the strength to stand through them. And this is important in the types of things that are taking place right now, to be able to not just be with it, but really be supportive of it, right? To really start taking action using our voices. And we find that strength by holding on to this root, by really rooting down and understanding who we are. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And this meditation is for all genders, by the way, not just women. I'm just honoring women today because it's a beautiful day. And we're going to start to just relax into our body. Take a few sighs and just start to feel the sensations you have in your body right now. If there's some pleasure anywhere, go there. Why not? If you're feeling anxious, uncomfortable, it's okay. Don't try and change anything. Just be with it. And I'm just going to let you know that there's construction outside, and I'm also in the core center of where a lot of the fireworks and petardos go off. So you may hear them, and I may jump if it happens. But we'll just let that happen. So feel free to bring yourself into a bit more pleasure as well. You can massage your scalp to really help you drop into your body and during this meditation. Massage your neck, maybe your shoulders and arms. Your thighs. I always find that the thighs are really grounding. And then just center in. Eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter. Find your comfort zone here. And see if you can settle into that constant. What is that part of you that is always the same? There's a deep core part of you that remains the same no matter what takes place. So you are not your emotions. You are not your reactions. You are not the storms that take place. You are not your illness. You are not your tiredness or your energetic. There is this one part of you that is always constant. That essence. It's like a point of stillness that exists, and we all have it. See if you can rest there for just a few seconds. And notice how comforting it is to remember this, that this exists. Even when the shit hits the fan, when things are so complicated and always moving and shifting and requiring our energy and our focus and our love. The longer you can come back to this place, the more rooted and more strength you can gather. And now I'm going to extend this a little bit for International Women's Day and offer up the support of those that came before us. So I know in coaching and psychology, we do a lot of deconditioning, right? We're always looking at, okay, what are the things we grew up with, our upbringing, our culture, our society? What are the things we need to remove to come back to our core selves, right? What are the things that we need to eliminate? But we also have to remember that we've inherited a lot of really amazing shit from this too. Gifts from our ancestors. And this can be blood, or it can be adopted family, it can be extended family that raised us, it doesn't matter. We've inherited gifts and superpowers from them as well. So I want you to imagine those of you, those who have been there to support you, even those you have not met, all the genes, the source, the ancestors that you've inherited from, they're all standing behind you with their hands like this in support of you right now, in support of what's taking place, of what you have to handle and hold and be with. And they're all bringing forward, they're sending to you all the gifts and powers that they have taken on due to the challenges that they have had to overcome. We inherit this. So maybe it's tenacity. Maybe it's just the largest heart of compassion. Maybe it's the gift of appropriate amount of distraction. Maybe it's caring, nurturing. Maybe it's brute force. Maybe it's a voice. Maybe it's sensitivity. It can be so much. So just feel those gifts entering you now. Helping to surround this still point, this constant that is you, that never shifts, and now you're gaining these gifts from all the people who have come before you in your family line, in your upbringing, in your culture, in your society. And you can imagine that all of this creates a greater network of roots growing down. And like a tree, the longer, the wider, the more powerful, the stronger the roots, the more it can withstand the storms. When you've got a really strong root system and you bring yourself back to this rooted system over and over and over again, no matter what storm happens, nothing's going to topple over. You won't fall, you won't break. You'll withstand it and learn from it. Notice what it feels like in your body to grow these roots, to be that strong tree that is supported. You don't have to do this alone. This source is always available. Your constant, as well as your support system of those who've come before you. And you can really rest in that. So you can slowly start to come back to your body, move around a little bit, maybe shake your toes and your hands. If you've had your eyes closed, place your hands over your eyes to open your eyes in your closed hands first and let the light in slowly, and then come back. I hope that this meditation is supportive for you. Feel free to watch it over and over and over again. I'm going to be putting up on YouTube as well, so you'll be able to hear it from there. And I will see you same time next week. Cool?